welcome everybody to this welcome to this episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brother Jaquari Armstrong. Folks have been asking me about my brother Damon. What we do is we started this thing to really and truly just be with each other, but we also promote that if you have something as far as in the way of podcast you want to pursue, we'll leave your spot open. So Damon is pursuing this, and hopefully he'll come back soon. But if he don't come back soon, he's a damn star. That's what's it. Jaquari, how you doing today, brother?
Good, man. I'm good. I was out of work event all week, so I'm party out and I'm rested. But I'm here.
Okay. No doubt. You said party out. I got you. Look, we have a special guest tonight, Cassie King. I met this young lady some years ago, and I think the world of her because she has a great personality and the energy that she carries. It is not trying to gas you, loving energy, but also attentive energy, and that is some of the main things that you need to carry, right? So welcome to the show, Casey.
Hello. I'm glad to be here.
How was your day today?
It was Friday. It was Friday in the school system, so
yes,
it went
indeed.
smooth. I look forward to 15. That's what I look for.
No doubt. Just to give you a little background, I was the latter half of my law enforcement career. I was a school resource officer for Wake County in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was at East Wake High School. And this is where I met Miss King. You know what I mean? And we had a lot in common. Her and her little clique of basketball players, the young ladies that they grew up with. It was all top tier basketball players. They put East Wake on the map. So I love that because I've always been a basketball guy. Whether it's young ladies or young men, I always loved the game of basketball. So with that being said, I'm glad that you took time on your busy schedule to join us, young lady. And why don't you do this? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and understand that we got the whole episode to get it all in. But what you can think about right now, by all means.
All right. Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm from Wendell, North Carolina, born and raised, and I was born into a basketball family. My daddy played and my sister played. They wanted my brother to play. They even named him after Kareem Jabbar. He didn't play one lick of basketball, but my dad was a little upset with that because he was his only boy. But yeah, always went to see my sister play basketball. My dad got me my first goal, I think, when I was 5 years old, and I just got into the basketball world and went to East Wake and did great things there. Ended up going to North Carolina Central University.
Wow.
Hey, Miss Majette. Hey, girl. Hey. But went to NCCU to play basketball, and it was just like the best experience ever. I didn't think coming out of East Wake, I wanted to kind of go Division I at the time. It was CIAA, so Division II. I was really trying to go major, and when you think of major, you think of Duke and Carolina and UNCW, and I couldn't pass the SAT for nothing, nothing.
Gotcha.
So a lot of schools had gave up on me, and I think I passed the ACT at the last minute, and I ended up North Carolina Central wanted me, and it was between them and A&T, and I think I picked the best one. I actually wanted to go to A&T, but Central just was home. The coaches treated me like family. The head coach came to my house and sat down with me and said she was going to guide me through. At the time, I didn't think how good I was because I really didn't. I thought I was average. I didn't, I just was competitive. I always wanted to win. So those 20-point games really didn't mean anything to me in high school because I was just like, Okay, but got to Central and I was by myself, um, very lonely, and all I saw was the basketball court.
Mhm.
Um, they made sure we didn't do anything extracurricular. Look, my coach used to tell us, don't let your homecoming be your home going. That's
Yeah,
what
no doubt.
that's what she used to say. So, um, hey Barnes, I'm sorry, y'all covered it. Look, I'm seeing everybody.
Keith Barnes is with us, everybody. Just to give you a little bit of
How you
background,
doing?
we'll let you finish. We'll let you finish, Casey. But
Yeah,
Keith Barnes was my partner while we were at East Wake. One of my partners at East Wake, as school resource officer, so he knows Casey very well. But go ahead and finish, Casey.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing everybody come in. I'm excited. But yeah, so at North Carolina Central, I didn't really feel like I was going to play. Everybody was good, in the beginning of the school year. We have a lot of open gyms, and they had went and I just like these cats are good. I'm not going to get on the court, But then my coach was like, "Yo, you're the best," and I'm like, "How? This girl's Michael Jordan out here. This girl, she was doing a 360." I'm like, "I can't play underneath her," but I ended up starting as a freshman, and then from there, one thing that really kind of taught me to get through Central was I never hung out with the freshmen. I always hung out with the seniors,
Mhm, mhm.
um, because they had goals. They wanted to win the CIAA. They wanted
Yeah.
to compete, and the other, we just coming in. We didn't really know anything. We just saw the life of being on campus, seeing everything that was going, all the parties and everything. I wanted to go so bad, but when me hanging out with the seniors, he's like, "That's lame. Don't be going to, don't be going to no pre-dawn. You don't be going to pre-dawn." I'm like, "But I want to enjoy. I want to see the people there.
Hey, Casey, did you whisper it? Like, I want to
Yeah, I want
enjoy.
to go. Can I just pop in and pop out, kind of thing?"
No
Um,
doubt.
but yeah, so there when I was at Central, and I'm just gonna, because it's a lot that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip over, and I did a lot of great things at North Carolina Central. Still to this
But,
day.
well, hold on. Before you move away from Central,
Okay.
let them know about your scoring, please. We cannot skip over that. Please give them your single game high and what you ended up with. Please do that.
Okay. All right. Well, as a sophomore, I've never been a person talking about my accolades. So I'm still getting them to this day, which is, great. I'm looking at them like I really did that. But my sophomore year, before the CIAA moved to Charlotte, we
Mhm.
were in Raleigh, and I scored 59 points in one game. Um,
59.
59 points.
Wow.
Did not realize it was 59. I just was playing. We went in overtime. Trust me, it would have been 59 if we had gone overtime. But um, time at that, and my coach came into the locker room. Well, no, it was like the film crew, the news people were outside the door. And then my assistant coach walked outside because they were knocking on the door. And he came back in, because, you know, um, he looked at me. He was just like, and I was like, what? He was like, so after my coach finished talking, because she didn't know either, she didn't know what was going on. He pulled me to the side. He said, you had 59. I said, no. I said, well, Lord, if I had 58, we wouldn't have won the game. you know, that's what I'm thinking about. I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking about it being a big
Yeah.
achievement. I'm thinking about winning. And yeah, like so it just hit big news. Um, it was everywhere. And I still at that time was in the zone because I'm just like, because we lost the next game. We weren't the greatest. It was a build up year. My sophomore year, we were building up, getting the right team in, and um, yeah, so yeah, I did all that. I think
Okay.
I'm the
Okay.
leading scorer at North Carolina Central right now.
That's what I'm talking about. I was waiting on those two things.
That's
That's
Yeah,
good.
real. That's
yeah. So
real.
I guess I did some scoring out there. I
Yeah.
did.
Look, you had a gun. Ka, ka. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So my for senior night, my senior year, my dad is taking me out, my mom is taking me out. They're calling all my, my stuff I achieved and everything, and then they retired my jersey during senior night.
That's what's
Wow.
Um,
up. That's
from North
Good
what's
for
Carolina.
up.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really did that. So that was an amazing like I really was not expecting that. I don't think nobody at North Carolina Central have had that done on their senior night. Normally they'll call you in when you're older to retire your jersey. They actually did it before
Right.
I actually finished the season.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then I recently just got into the Hall of Fame with the CIAA. So yeah,
Congratulations.
Exploit.
yeah,
Man, that's awesome.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
all of
Yeah.
that
But
happened, and those things happened. Those accolades happened afterwards. But you know, like the CIAA, that was the biggest because I'm like, now my name is going to be ringing from years and years on in
but
books and everything in the CIAA. Yeah,
Absolutely.
but everything in those regards always happen after you're done. See,
yeah,
that's the key to it. See, a lot of people like yourself, when you put your head down and just do the work, you know what I mean? Because you had a goal, you had somewhere other than just college where you wanted to go. You know what I mean? So that's the thing about it is you no, go ahead and finish, Casey, because I know you got a lot to say.
Whew. Okay, we're just gonna jump to what I do now. Well, after the season, of course, you know it's kind of a little different than guys. You know, guys can go and enter the NBA draft and everything. I was on the WNBA draft list, but when it comes to women, they want you to graduate from college. You know, and I messed up a little bit. I can admit, I tell my kids that all the time. I messed up because I just took the courses that I needed to get done instead of like really taking it there. I changed my major like four times literally trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and it put me behind. So my coach was like, you're not about to go into no, WNBA or going there without getting this. You right here, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I ended up um, staying at Central for another year to get my degree. And in that process, I started coaching. I started coaching in Durham um, during the, the off season during the summertime, and I enjoyed it. It was just something about those kids in Durham. They didn't have a lot, but
Mhm.
they could ball. I had
Yeah.
one girl. She was in middle school, seventh grade, and she was 6'5". Literally, she was huge. Her
Oh
name is
wow.
Deja Marshall. I'll never forget her. But she never played before. Daddy was huge. Like, they was like, please just work with her. Get her where she need to go. So I was able to motivate those kids, and they knew me out at Central. Hold on, Miss Majette. Hold on. I love you, Miss Majette. We miss you so much. Can you come back, like just for like a little bit, just a little bit? Um, but yeah, so I started coaching, and now I went to East Wake. They asked me to come coach out there, and that was before I actually started teaching out there. Because I'm like, I always told myself I'm never gonna be a teacher. What are y'all talking about? But yeah, I went out there for basketball, and then end up loving the kids out there, getting a position into the school systems, being a one-on-one starting out. Of course, that's special education. I like that a little bit, but it was just one-on-one. I actually had the worst one-on-one kid ever in life. Yeah, literally. Miss Majette, Miss
Me
Majette.
and
No,
Keith remember.
I can't drop no names, but just yeah, yeah, he was a bit much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after that, I just got into, the OCS program, being around the special ed kids, and knowing that they needed help. They needed somebody to support them in everything. Their disabilities, what they had going on, and I've been there for what 12, 13 years now.
Yeah.
Um, so it is something that I enjoy doing because trust me, I've never been a morning person. Miss Majette would tell you. I think my first day at the school since I was late. They called me. They was like, "Where are you?" I said, "Oh, in the bed." Like in the bed. Like I didn't even know it was that time. But now I wake up, ain't got to worry about no alarm. I'm there because I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy teaching the kids. Of course, it's a different generation now. We're going to talk about that because it's like it went from a whole 360. It's not the same anymore. But I'm still there holding on by a thread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look. You said a mouthful, and Jaquari, Keith, you have anything to say?
Look, I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, 59 points in one game. I never made 59 points in my whole basketball career. Yeah, that's even in pickup games and shit. So no, I mean, and for you to be humble about it the way that you are, it just speaks to your drive and everything. So big up to you. And
thank,
congratulations, Hall of
thank
Fame.
you, thank
Absolutely.
you, thank
No
you.
doubt.
Yeah, I didn't
King.
know all of that. I didn't know all of that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Where you
No,
get
I was
all
saying
that? Where you get all
I
that,
didn't know
King?
all that.
Where you get all that, Mr.
Look,
Barnes?
look,
Where
look,
you...
look, look.
It looks
We,
good on you. I
I
love
look,
was.
look. We
This
was
is.
teasing about it before,
Thank
Casey. I'm
you.
like, look at this. Like, look.
it.
Grizzly Adams on us like
Thank
a
you. But
motherfucker.
yeah, if they'd have let the policy go like it is now, you'd have saw it years ago.
Yeah. And you know
I
what
like it.
what I'm mad about is now my whole beard is white. And I'm like, if they
Oh
let the
yeah,
policy go, it would have been that flowing
yeah,
joint, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
No, I would have went full Sunni on them, but it is what it is. Now, I'm gonna wait till I turn 60, then I'm just gonna grow it out, man. Hey, look, hey,
So
I'm good with the black on top and white here. I'm good with it, but
I like
hey, it is what it is.
my shit. I look like a retired werewolf, and that suits me
It's,
just. But Cassie, can I ask you about your job? You work with special education kids, right? Are you involved in the diagnosis, or do you just like do school work with them, or what?
Well, with the students that I have to be able to know everything that they have going on, their disabilities. Everyone is different. I'm not EC, which is EC is pretty much the one-on-ones you need. Some they need that one-on-one support. My students actually are those ones that they don't highly recommend college for them. It's more so job related.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
I'm preparing them for the workforce. They got to get their hours during the day, get amount of hours, and also get their coursework. So I really think that my students are more challenged than the regular ed kids because they actually got to accommodate these hours. They'll go off campus at a job site during the day for 2 hours, come back, and it helps them because a lot of the job sites that they go to, if they do well or they can be managed or whatever well, they get jobs. Like they actually get paid jobs or get the opportunity to work. And some of them, most of them have jobs before they even graduate. Um, so like your cooks at, well, not saying cooks technically, but like people that carry out your food or bagging your groceries, taking out
Yeah,
carts, they can do those things. But
gotcha.
don't get it twisted. I do have some kids that are very smart. This whole gaming stuff, technology, this what they love. That's all they do. They're like it, like technology whizzes. So them developing a game and making millions, I could see one of my kids actually doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's that day and age. It's definitely that day and
yeah.
age. You know what I mean? Well, let me ask you this: as opposed to, because you've been teaching this long, as opposed to pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, is there a difference with the children?
Yes, we're our children are slow. We're very slow.
No, I'm saying. So what you're saying is, before the pandemic, they were a little sharper, and then after pandemic, was it a change?
It was a big change. But when I say this, before the pandemic, you had these students that uh, they were sharper. Now with the pandemic happened, these kids didn't learn anything during the pandemic. They was in the front of a computer the whole time, hoping to
Oh,
get,
yes.
their learning through the computer. Half of them would sleep. Their parents didn't motivate them to log in. And guess what? Us as teachers, we passed them on. We had to. If you,
You had no choice.
yeah, if you
Yeah,
participated and you was, I'm here, you got passed on. And I looked at that. I actually told my students. I told my students the other day. I literally told them. I said, I just want y'all to know how behind you guys are. That doesn't mean you can't get up, but y'all are so behind. It's not you guys' fault. The pandemic messed us up really, really, really bad.
hmm
So we're like, These are our doctors and lawyers that'll be taking care of us one day, and they don't know it. These kids, even regular ed, they don't know how to use cursive or know a clock like a You know, they know the digital clock, but they don't know the other clock with the shorthand, longhand. They don't know it, never seen it,
Yeah,
and
Analog.
they don't even teach that anymore.
yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
different. It's
I think a lot of it has to do with, and you brought up a great point, is learning, like entertainment wise, they can hop on the computer and learn everything versus on rap songs, trends, everything, right? But the fact that, you know, you don't want to stay, and this is extreme, you don't want to stay awoke when you're sitting in the classroom before
yeah.
pre-pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Now you sitting, you
In the
chilling.
bed with your laptop and,
Right.
and sleep. Because I would have slept too. I would have
Yeah,
been in the bed.
yeah, yeah.
I had so many meetings at the school. You didn't think I would sleep? Yes, I cut my camera off and I would sleep.
Yeah. I think that's the funny thing about it is, you know, okay, now let me jump to this. Socialization pre and post pandemic, right? Is it a different kid as far as getting along with each other?
Yes, it's different. I think our fights and or just things, period, things happening in the school system now is more um it's more violent now. I think a lot of kids are angry. Hi, Jaria. That's my bestie. Hey, girl. Hey. All the way from Charlotte. Charlotte. But the and Jaria, you can chime in because she has a teenage child, so
Okay,
definitely, yeah, chime in. But yeah, they're very violent. I'm literally scared.
gotcha,
Um,
gotcha.
I'm very scared because these kids are not scared of anybody, any age. They don't look at someone older and respecting them at all. They will literally talk to you, curse you out, fight you. Teachers, like, when they're asked to do something where they don't want to do. Um, the pandemic has ruined our current time. Everyone is on edge and quick to react. Just listen, yeah. Um, Yes, Sharia. Yeah, but it's terrible. And being in the school system, I just try to teach my kids. I don't even go in the hallways and stuff no more, especially in high school because we do have some students. I mean, everybody used to skip, but
No, 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 no. See, Casey, you tell me you go in the hallway all the time, man. Don't do that. Don't
no.
do that.
When you were there, I was in the hallways a lot because I wanted to see you guys. Okay, now it's just a different
I get it.
it's a different teaching staff. It's not the same. Okay,
Yeah.
so Miss King stays in her classroom, and I worry about my students, and I tell my students, when y'all see something that might be a fight or anybody getting you, or they're on social media talking about it the day before, they already know it's going to go down because they're on Instagram or whatever, like, okay, we have
The
kids
information
getting,
is
yeah,
already out.
we getting kids getting jumped in the bathroom just because, like, oh, you're gonna fight me today, and if you don't, you can't be part of our clique. Like, and our kids are really
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to be part of that clique because socially during the pandemic, they didn't have
Home
anybody.
team. Home team.
Yep.
Jury in
Home team.
Hey,
Absolutely.
in Detroit, do y'all say, hold on, Juria, what's the word? Hold on. What do y'all call soda in Detroit,
Pop.
Armstrong?
Pop.
Pop. What you
No,
talking
it's
about?
soda. It's
No, it's
soda.
pop. It's pop.
Pop.
And then what is this? What up, though? What up,
What
though?
up though? It's just like,
Personal greeting.
you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, it's a greeting. And look, and you understand when somebody hits you with the what up though, you know exactly where they're coming from because they hit it with that inflection. You know you're in danger or just a greeting.
What,
It is what it is.
what up though? And then it's like, what up though?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Keith, you're
Yes, sir.
familiar with what Casey's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You chime in and Jaquari, just to let everybody know. Everybody knows this who tune in regularly, but your folks, Casey, Jaquari worked with juvenile offenders in the DC area. So
Okay.
he gets he gets the minimum and the worst. You feel what I'm saying? So I know he can vibe with what you're saying. So Keith, you go first, and then Jaquari, then you go.
Yeah, I was. I
Jack,
was.
go ahead with that Dallas Cowboy stuff, man. Stop
Oh, I thought something. I saw that. I thought something was wrong with the screen. Uh,
it.
this. uh, just on to touch on that, Keith. If you cover the IONS on your shirt, that's the Dallas. That's the new Dallas Cowboys jersey. L.
The L's.
The L. But anyway, I remember when we were in the school, I used to speak with a lot of the principals and about the students that you all will receive. Because at one time it was kind of like y'all had some children that were like borderline. They were they put the label on them that they were special needs or something, but their behavior was something else. So when you dealing with them, they were very very functional, but I guess on paper, academically or whatever, through their testing, they qualified to be in in your class. So is that still going on? Are they screening them better now, or are you still getting some students that you think like, man, you don't need to be in here?
Um, I keep a lot of kids, but that's not saying they don't they don't need to be with me.
Right.
I do have some students that are behavior wise. I think they are no, they're supposed to be with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I tested them. That yeah,
Well, that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. They and for the most part, everybody's supposed to be with me. But like I'm saying now is that it's getting worse. Like we're getting a lot of students. Like I had a big freshman group come in, and I'm
Right.
just like, is this going to continue? Like what is going on? Like and I had one parent that came to me like 3 years ago, and she just wanted me to have her child. She was like, I know you're going to keep him aligned, and I don't want him to get, you know. And I think he could have actually did regular ed,
Mm-hmm.
but I think she just wanted to make sure that he did, sidetrack being in the wrong crew and and everything. And I would say the location too. The area that we have with Eastern Wake County, these parents, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but these parents have they got to work, and they don't have the
Gotta
time.
work.
They got to work, and they don't have the time to really be at home with their child, especially when they get into middle, high school. Like they
Mm-hmm.
like you on your own. So some of these kids be out in the streets till 12 o'clock. One kid I say you go to sleep till 1. I'm like, my mom would never.
Yeah,
It's school day. I got to be in the bed by 11 o'clock at least. You know what I'm saying? Not 1 o'clock. And some parents have their kids working already,
yeah.
Yeah.
and the jobs don't care. They'll keep them there to midnight. They
Mm-hmm.
keep you know
That's the life that our community has to go through. It's like you have to be you have to understand what that family's going through,
yeah,
and then
Mm-hmm.
also the family has to understand what you're trying to do. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Hey, Jaquari, before you go, because I want to hear from you. Let's address your bestie, Casey. You see it on the screen?
Yes, I was she's right. Social media. I mean, and you can't get the kids off of it. When I was coming through, when me and Jaria was at North Carolina Central University, we had to have a login through NCCU in order to get on Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay, let's be clear. We had to actually have access to get on Facebook. So now that anybody can get on these platforms, it's scary. You're talking about these kids are getting exposed to adult life early.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Information that they can't process.
They cannot
Right.
process.
You know what
And
I
they
mean? That's the key.
and Facebook, Twitter, they want that money. They're not gonna stop the flow of
They're
this
not.
money coming in
They're not.
to limit that. So I
Cause
if I
go,
had kids, I mean, I don't know what I would do. I mean, it's just going to be scary, and you gotta trust your kids. I mean, you have to teach them, keep it real with them because they're going to
Girl,
see it. They're going to see sexual activity at the age of whenever you allow them to get a phone.
Yeah,
And now everybody's getting kids with phones because they want you to contact me, or in case of an emergency, these kids have phones. And our best friend, they have phones now, but I mean, they don't have the social media. But she's 9 years old. By the time she's 10 or 11, she's asking, hey, can I make a TikTok? Because everybody likes the TikTok and stuff now. And you don't want to tell the kid no, because TikToks and things like that socially can help these children, but they're going to be exposed to everything early. So I
yeah,
think it's important for parents to have those conversations with their child, to let them know, let them hear from you instead of hearing it from social media.
true. That's
exactly.
real.
Yeah.
Hey, Jaquari,
Uh, have you ever had to help any of your kids navigate like the stigma of being in the special ed program?
Yes. So I'm dealing with that daily. I have a couple students that, they're too cool. They cool. They don't want to be um, they don't want to walk with us sometimes. We have to go to the office. They know, like, you going to Miss King. I try not to let my students know that they're special ed. Not my kids, because my kids, they look normal. It's just they have a learning disability. Um, so I let them know that everybody has a learning disability. I mean, I think everybody
no,
has
no, no,
a
that's
learning
that's real.
disability.
It's true.
That's real. That's real.
I think everybody has something mentally going on with them. How they cope with it, how they deal with it, is on them. Some people need medication. I know some teachers that take meds to help with their anxiety and all of that good stuff. So I feel like it's just, of course, some parents want that check too. I deal with a lot of parents that want that check.
I
Um,
mean, it is what it is because it's about in the grand scheme of thing. Real quick, it's about survival. You're trying to survive with your family. That's real.
Mhm.
yeah,
Accessible resource. I mean, you can't blame
Yeah,
people for accessing resources.
I was
But
born and raised in. Hold on, Drea.
I'll go back.
How you go?
There
Okay,
you
I was
go.
born and raised in Brightmoor, very rough. I raised my son as if we're in Detroit. Single mom, two full-time jobs, and in school. But I still make time for my son, and she does. Yes,
No,
she
but
really does.
that's the key to it is, and this next thing really spells it out in a nutshell. What she said right there. You know what I mean? Because I was raised by two parents. You feel what I'm saying? Where
Mhm.
Jaquari, myself, and my brother Damon, we had the opportunity, the strict opportunity, but we saw that they had a humorous side. They were human beings. Because my father was a strong man, right? But he showed us his sense of humor all the time, even when he was chastising us. You feel what I'm saying? It was one time my brother Damon, because he was the middle child. So my brother Damon was wilding a little bit, right? So what ended up happening was I was like, yo, chill out, because my dad was asleep. Okay, just got off work. I said, chill out. And my dad, and he was like, no, hey. I said, chill out, man, because dad's asleep, right? My dad, he opened one eye. He said, Keith, don't tell him nothing, because when he wake up on the operating table and he got one of my foot up his ass, he'll know that I was serious about it. All right, look. Here's Karima had something to put into it right here.
Okay. It's a challenge.
Again,
You have to keep it real, as you said, instilling those values in them so when they see things you don't want them to see as parents, they try to do that. Yes. Yep.
Jaquari, did you go?
you're gonna have to read out loud because I can't
Oh,
see.
okay. You can't. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Look, hey, Casey, what you say? Well,
Okay. Hold on, class. Hold on. I got you.
I ain't.
Hold on.
All right.
Miss Majette said
I,
it's a
bro,
challenge. You have to keep it
uh,
real. As you said, instilling those values in them so when they see things you don't want them to see as parents, they have what you taught them to hold it up against. So, like, that's why I say, you got to prep them. Like, I mean, talk
yeah,
about it all. I mean, I'm going to be
yeah,
honest with you. everything is so different now. Even with, I mean, let's talk about it. This is a podcast, right? So
Yeah,
let's talk about you know, the LGBT and everything. A lot of controversy was talking about it being taught in school. No, I don't agree that you should have a class and it be taught in school. But I do think parents or everybody should talk about everything that's going on because they're going to see it. And then as
that's real.
parents, we're not alarmed when some of these challenges happen where their child is like, for instance, I had to last year during the summertime, I went to Durham and volunteer. Well, not volunteer. I worked at a summer camp. These kids were 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. And I overheard one of the kids saying, "Oh, yeah, being gay or LGBT is normal. Like, that's the thing to do." And I ain't paying no mind because these are little kids. I'm like, I'm not about to have. I'm just like, oh my god. I'm sitting there like Armstrong. I'm
Yeah,
sitting there like these kids
yeah.
are really talking about this. Um, so me and Tony, that work at the school, we were just talking about it. She asked me, she said, "You think this need to be taught in school?" And I'm like, no, but they're making it like, I mean, being LGBT or gay or whatever you want to say has been going on for years. I talked to my mom about this, people a bit, but you kept it to yourself. You did what you did. You had whatever beliefs, or your feelings or whatever for anybody, you held them to yourself. It wasn't so out.
Yeah,
Now you have, people get married. It's okay. We're gonna advocate for this. Da, 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 da. So they're looking at things, everything on social media. They're seeing everything.
yeah.
They're doing everything. They're even allowing transgenders to play basketball. I told myself, I said, I wish I would, and I hope I don't defend anybody. I'm not playing against a man that was born a man. Okay, he is
I
not going to dunk on me. And
Hey,
it's not
look,
fair. It's not fair.
I,
I can't jump as high as a guy. I can't dunk. I can't do that stuff. Was I good? Yeah, but I'm not about to sit here and compete. Put all of my, to someone that it might be a little easier for.
okay,
That's
I
just
get,
like, it's
yeah,
Can I play devil's advocate really quickly?
yeah.
I'm not saying I land on either side of this issue, because
Hmm.
we have an opinion on it. But as fiery a topic as the LGBT
LGBT. I'm sorry, I'm a big advocate for it. Yeah, LGBT. I got
yeah.
you. Yeah,
community, as far fiery a topic as that is, wasn't uh, the acknowledgement of a Black History Month, didn't that have the same forever behind it?
it
What
did.
protests against that?
That's a good point, man. But I'd like to respond once you're done.
Well, go ahead and respond, Armstrong, because
Oh,
it is. It's yeah.
Go ahead and finish your core.
yeah, I'm saying. I mean, I understand everybody's point. And I have my own opinion about being an ally, to any community outside of our own. But if our agenda is to be advanced, then we have to start living by some of the same things that we, we have to start reflecting those same things. I talk about how Black people are racist. I talk about how Black people are closed-minded. Black people are not as liberal as the
We,
Democrats.
we, we are one of the most
We're not.
conservative communities out there. Go
So,
ahead.
Hmm.
so, so if a community aligns itself with us, and they gain some advantage, you know, why are Black people up in arms about that? And before you answer, I'll say that's been my opinion for a long time. As far as different communities, as far as different subcultures and such. There people always hitch their wagon to us. You know,
Okay.
because we have the passion to push things through. Nobody else has made protest songs like we made protest songs. Nobody else is willing to get sprayed down with hoses and bit by dogs and shit. That's up.
Uh,
So the advancements that we get when they're spread out to everybody else, that kind of pisses us off as a community. Why do you think that is?
Well, let me do it this. This is one of the one times that I'm gonna respond to this. Um,
Responsibly.
and it's not a pushback on you because they don't belong in the same area. Bro, this is my opinion, everybody. There is a choice, and there is what you live in. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, responding to why black folks are upset because when they join, when we have other, all right, I'm gonna say minority, but that's not the right word. Other minorities join a cause to become more. I understand why somebody would be upset when the main cause has gotten no traction, but the fact that you piggyback off of this cause, you get more, right? Now, is it saying that I disagree with the no? Because me, when it comes to human beings, you feel some way about something. I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna give you the opportunity for me to hear you. You feel what I'm saying? But our community has no room to do things if we do not. And I'm talking about the color of our skin more than anything. When it comes to the LBGT2, I put Q in there, right? When it comes to that, if we are of light skin, I include you there. We, because we moving in the same direction. Now, when you try to separate yourself, do I have a problem? No. But what it is that why are you here? You see what I'm saying? If you're not here for the whole ride and you just want to go part of the way, why come? And this is answering you, Jaquan.
But see, black men, African American black men, uh, uh, any black man from the Caribbean, uh, the African continent are severely homophobic.
Severely
Every,
what? You cut
uh,
out. Say that again.
every, every. Sorry, I'm stuck. African American males, black men from the islands, black men from the continent of Africa are severely homophobic. So that
But you know why?
just said,
Now,
yeah, I get it. I understand. I heard the stories.
now, now understand it's not the
I read all that stuff too. I
yeah,
mean, but
but see that
for,
that's I just want to throw that in there.
yeah,
There's a reason why they feel that way. It has nothing to do with the
okay,
people's choice.
I get it. But before all that stuff was documented, you don't think there was homosexuality in Africa?
It was.
It's throughout history. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's documented. Yes.
So why is it that the president of what is it? But I mean, take your pick. You know, the president.
Ethiopia. The
Yeah,
president of
of
Ethiopia. Yeah.
any African country, they'll sit down on Fox News or CNN. They go, look, it's against the law here, punishable by years in prison. Why is that acceptable?
First of all, it's their country.
Yeah,
Got to say that, right? And then you got look, and really, you want me to keep it a buck, and then we're gonna move on from here, man, because I don't want us to get caught up in because this is a great episode. You guys are doing wonderful. But let me tell you something: the Europeans who practiced that throughout their history imposed that on the African nations when they came to colonize it. So the hatred for it and the hatred for it in Jamaica, it's not because it's you looking at that person like, yo, blah, blah, blah. No, it's the history behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yes, and I think that everybody deserves to have their beliefs, and nobody should take that away from anyone, And I think that's why a lot of the LGBT community, they kind of do think. I mean, I know we're going in the same path and everything, but a lot of things, they want to feel comfortable with the people that they be around, and because of the hatred that could be taking place, or or anything. And you know it's just it's the generation and everything that probably what the future is going to, you know so it's just a lot. And I think that's why I wanted to even talk about, okay, well, we have our children, so I just
Yeah,
think we just need to protect our children, to
yeah,
let them know that it's out there, but you have your own choice.
yeah.
And this is how, I was raised with my mom and dad, and everything. And my mom and dad didn't really tell me about these things, or tell me about, dating a guy or dating anybody. They it was a we didn't talk
Taboo.
about those things. Yeah, we didn't talk about those things. And I don't think at the time I was even thinking about it. It's just when I started having my friends and then seeing what they were talking about, and having a boyfriend, and this, I had to learn that way. Which
Yeah.
I'm glad I had good friends that, we didn't really we knew it was there. Don't get me wrong, God, we did some things.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course, of
We
course.
did some things early in, but you kind of learn you learn from those things, and you find yourself, and you
Yeah,
find I think my whole concern is that when I heard those children talking about that it was normal, and it's okay to do it, or whatever case may be, you really don't know what you're talking about.
it's
Okay,
real. It's real.
you see it on social media, you see this, and they're doing it. When a person like me growing up, I had to feel like what it is that I did like, or who did I like. And I didn't go on social media and see, oh, that's what I want to do. I was a tomboy my whole life. My daddy at the age of 5 bought me a Raiders jacket, big as I don't know what, with a hat. I can't help that, Always been a tomboy. And
Yeah.
I always, basketball and stuff like that. So I really, I've tried men, and but it just wasn't. I was too boyish for that. I just, you gotta kind of like know what you like, or
I mean,
whatever.
man, and you speaking true words. You really are. Because see, that's the whole point. That I've always believed in. No, no, let me just say this.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's controversial, and you guys just let me know what y'all think about this. When it comes to gay people, people get it confused with pedophile. Do you guys find that? Because I think it's two different things. To be honest with
I hadn't
I mean,
experienced
I've never heard that to now.
you. Look, now, fill me on this because I brought it up, so I want y'all to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Um, I can speak from just being a heterosexual male, but having gay friends, right? Men. And they say to me, bro, we don't want every man. You know what I'm
it.
saying? And we don't want children. We see it from that point of view. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that you're looking for somebody your age and all of that, right? And I don't want to get too deep in it, but I'm sitting here while we're having this conversation, and I feel as though people put it in the same category, and it shouldn't be there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like I don't think that has a title to do with what preference or what identity you want to go over. It's pedophiles out there like terrible, with older people trying to talk to younger kids.
Yeah,
And I literally, this was like 2 weeks ago. I was at Sheets up the street, and some of the young ladies was skipping class, and it was a man. They were getting into it with an older man in there, and they were just saying like, "Hey, you looking at me?" And he was just going. He was like, "I can look at who I want to look at," and they like, "Well, we're in high school." And he didn't care. I mean, he was just still looking. And I said, and I pulled them girls aside. I said, "That's why y'all supposed to be in class for one. You're skipping." Um,
Back up to that.
Number two is that what if y'all were by yourselves,
yeah,
or you
Yeah.
know,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
yeah.
and
I
then
mean, it's
it's
real.
social media. It would go back to social media. they're able to that they're getting catfish like I don't know what, meeting people online. I've never met anybody online like that. I mean, I just can't do it because I don't know who I'm talking to. And that's scary. You just don't know who you're talking to. and
Yeah.
and some
But
people be in a relationship with somebody online. I'm like, have you ever met them in person? No, he is somebody. No, tell her who you talking to. No, I'm not doing
I
that.
mean, that's the truth, though. I'm laughing, but that is the truth.
Yeah.
I think I'm sorry.
oh, please, please, please.
Go ahead, Keith.
No, I was going to say what I think a lot of people will do, and because it sells newspapers too, but they'll blend it. So what you have gay men that are pedophiles.
Mhm.
So they'll blend it. Or you have
Gotcha.
a gay female, adult woman that's pedophile. She likes women. So then it sells better to consolidate the two
That's
and then
real.
tie it all together when it's
It's unfair,
two
but it's
different
real,
Yeah.
though.
things. Yeah, it's two different things. So
That's
they'll say, "Oh, well, the gay people, ain't nobody safe.
Mhm.
They want them all ages, and so it's not fair." But my question has always been, uh, like when I was in the military back in the '80s, they were it was don't ask, don't tell. That was clear. Don't ask, don't tell. We're not gonna ask you what you do when you get off duty, but remember, we all live together. And if nobody knows what you do when you off duty, then
Yeah,
can't nobody get uncomfortable and can't nobody say anything.
Yeah.
And at that time it worked. But now for some reason, somewhere it transitioned to where, hey, this is my lifestyle and I need you to be comfortable with it as I am.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yep.
gonna set myself on fire, but don't stare at me. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, they get
that
angry
ain't
now. Yeah. 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 I don't understand. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
understand it because it's just like even if I was out at the grocery store, I don't want to see Armstrong and his wife all kissing and hugging and loving on each other. I
yeah,
mean, you don't have the,
right.
it is what I mean.
that's
It is
real.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's
No,
nobody
that's
wants to
the
see
that's the
that.
human condition. What you
Yeah.
just said, that's a human condition. Like some people don't like public displays of affection. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, Jaquar, you said you had something to say?
I forgot.
Have you have you noticed though that they make the flamboyant people the face of things, the people that are flamboyant.
But you know what though, Keith? To answer that, brother, because I was talking to somebody today. I think I was talking to you.
Hmm.
Look, the bottom line is this, and people just don't understand this. I'm 59. When I was growing up, all I saw was white, the fake white middle America, the version of what they felt that they wanted to see on television. You want to know
Hmm.
why? Because they was in charge. They
Yeah.
were in charge. You know what I'm saying? They was in the position to put in what they're comfortable with. So when we see it more now, it's because those folks are in position to
Uh,
put it there. See, people get caught up on this agenda, this conspiracy and all this. No, what it is that person who's in charge of programming, like, yo, man, throw this up in there. You feel what I'm saying? Or,
mhm.
or just keep it real simple when it comes to what do they call it? Biracial marriage, not biracial, but
Mm-hmm.
interracial marriage, right? We see it
Right.
all the time in our commercials. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I think because it's a black executive with a white wife, want to make himself feel comfortable. And I can't be mad at that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the stuff that we see is who is in charge. This is why when we every maybe 5 to 10 years, what do we see? We see a Holocaust movie
Mhm.
because the executives in Hollywood are Jewish people.
Yeah.
Is that a conspiracy or is that somebody who like making money?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I mean?
I guess it's just a narrative that they put. They even said
Yeah.
about If you ever look at commercials, the HIV commercials, oh, it's so gay. It's so like,
Yeah.
I know.
but it's a lot. Anybody can catch
I know.
HIV. Like
I
you got,
know. So
you know,
tell me something.
the
Tell me something.
monkeypox. Like they would say, oh yeah. Like,
Yeah. So
it's just
look, when we see commercials about herpes, why everybody in that commercial got turtlenecks, man? Because everybody tell me,
Yes.
I don't know. It's just the narrative that people try. It's
man,
sad
look,
because
Look,
I'm joking more than anything, man.
yeah,
Because
no, this
look,
is just we're just talking. I mean, we're just putting it all out there, but um, it's I don't know. Like it's just I feel like to me it's just scary times right now.
yeah,
With the pandemic and everything and how so many people passed away during the pandemic and now
a
COVID
lot.
is still out here, but ain't nobody dying now. Like it's just a conspiracy to me about the whole pandemic, the COVID stuff. I
I,
mean,
I,
like,
I feel that. I mean, you look. Let me put it like this: you can piece it together, and that shit can connect. You know what I'm
you
saying?
guys are wilding.
I
Y'all are wilding.
mean, don't get me wrong, people are dying
They are.
now of
They
COVID,
are.
God is down.
but when COVID was out, it was oh boy, like I mean, my dad died of COVID, so it was like not
Yeah.
being able to be
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
now, not being able to go to the hospital. They basically telling me you have to talk
Exactly.
through a thing. You don't know what they're putting into your to them when they're there, and to this day, I do. Um, I just believe I have my own belief when it comes to it
I
because it's
mean,
like,
and
you
I
know,
respect that.
yeah, they did. I mean, I felt like the doctors didn't know what was going on, and they were just doing what someone was telling them to do. Whatever medicine they was trying to treat, whatever they was I had to hop on. I see Miss Majette. You said, okay, doing great things, Miss King. You are a superstar. Keep doing your thing. I love you all. Okay, bye, Miss Majette. Tell everyone I said hello, and I want to see the kiddos and your husband and everybody. Thank you
No
for
doubt.
coming on.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I believe the bottom line is, man, each different community needs a boogeyman. I mean, they had us for so long.
They
Now they
still got us, though.
still
But
got
go
us.
ahead.
Not got the
Hmm.
Yeah,
Spanish when they can't really pick on us like they want to. They go to the gays and the lesbians and the transgender people. And my thing is, man, I just we as black people, I think we are the ultimate poster children for the world having an open mind. We
yeah.
want to be accepted in all spaces, under, under all circumstances. But
Hmm.
I just don't see us as a community reciprocating that to everybody.
Yeah, we got to come together because if um and this is not about different races, but the Caucasians. I literally watch things. If you like, even the Chinese, they coming over here making all this money, and we just buy. They got restaurants, they got beauty salons, they have all of these things, and we, as the black community, I feel like it's so much hatred, which we deserve to have this hatred because of the stuff we had to go through in history. We have a lot of hatred and didn't have a lot of things that happen for us. But now we have the opportunity to actually do those things. We can actually get our businesses going, get in alliance with each other, and have multiple businesses. I'm an event planner. Like literally every club downtown Raleigh, they're all in cahoots with each other. It's not
Mhm.
one person making money. With the black community, oh, we're competing. Oh, this club over here booming, and I'm over here. As the black community, if we came together and be like, hey, we all doing a club, we all got this, we all doing this. Let's have these meetings. Let's see what we can do to work together. Your money's my money, because that's all that successful people. I'm not even saying black, white, or anybody. Successful people, yeah, they're doing it, and they're
They're,
doing it, and
they're,
they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's all going to them, the family. It's not just. I think we just want everything to ourselves. Feel like we can just do it ourselves, and you cannot do it by yourself. You need a support.
Hmm.
So,
I agree. I agree. Hey, Jaquari, we're gonna go ahead and I should have done this earlier, but you have a segment you need to do, and go ahead and do your segment, and then we're gonna switch it up just a little bit because I'm curious, Casey, because you've been a coach for a long time, and we got the NIL, we got the different things that's going on, the underpaid WNBA folks, all of that. I just want to get your comment on it. But the
Okay.
quiet is on you. What you gonna do?
All right. Well, this is my segment, and the name of it is called Uncle Sports Say. Okay. I had something else prepared for today, but talking to Casey, it sparked something in me because coming up in elementary school and everything, I was a part of a special education program, and quite frankly, it not only did I learn, but shit, it was fun. We had fun all the time. We had candy every Monday. You know, you know,
You
they,
know you wrong, man. Go ahead. Go
this is
ahead.
my life. This is my life, pal. God damn it. We had candy on Mondays and Fridays, and it was handed out. You got to put your hand in the bag and pull something out.
Hey, I'm jealous.
That that shit was special to me. They they, they took us to the motherfucking farm.
Oh, shit.
That the first time they took us to the farm, that's when I found out I was afraid of horses and shit. Yeah, but yeah, that's but
Too big, move too fast.
the question I asked you about whether or not you had to help your kids navigate through the stigmatism of being in a special ed program. I asked that question for a specific reason because I was not only was in one in the program, but I got held back when I was in the second grade. So I didn't graduate with the kids that I had originally come into school with, and they never let me forget it. They never let me forget it. You know what I mean? And it caused such a I don't say it caused so much. It caused a lot of turmoil in my life. And the candy and the farm trips, that wasn't the only thing that happened in that program. I learned a lot in that program. My issue was math. I still have issues with math, but through that program, I learned how to cope. You know what I mean? It made me slow myself down and try to figure things out. As I said earlier, Cassie, these kids, they're regular kids. They just have a deficiency in a particular place. You know what I mean? The stigmatism, I use that word again, that society will put on the person once they find out that you had an IEP, or you had to sit in those classes and everything. That shit's a heavy burden. It's a heavy burden. You know, and I believe whenever we have our whenever we find our children in a position to where they have to go to one of those whatever. We also need to have something in place to kind of shore up self-esteem, because that's a big thing too. You mentioned the cool kids who don't like to walk with the group. You know, those are the kids who might need to be at the front of the line. Because their lesson is not only in the classroom; it's a leadership lesson. You know what I mean? If they're strong enough and confident enough to walk away from the group, then they're strong enough and confident enough to lead the group.
It's real.
I had to learn over time. You know what I mean? It's a rough job. I understand it's a rough job. You know, and I say that in comparison to my job, because a lot of my kids, when I get them, they don't do well in school on the outside, but when they come to our environment, a controlled environment where they have, they're pretty much, a captive audience. They often excel. So I just want to take the time, and thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
No, thank yeah. I mean, I love my students. They, and the good thing is that my students get to go to some regular ed classes. They have to have those courses where they're not isolated all day. Um, with me or with the other teachers, they get to, and like I said, I have those discussions with with them. Like, I don't ever want them to feel like that they are special needs. I actually had a parent because her child was like, yeah, my child said that you was in class saying that he's not special needs and he don't have any kind of thing going on with him. I said, well, ma'am, I don't want them to think that he does, you
Yeah,
know. But she had drilled into him that like, yeah, you are autistic or you are, you know, and it's okay. And I'm like, okay, well, and I pulled him to the side. I said, okay, well, he was really autistic. He was one of my autistic kids, because not all of my students have autism. They just like some of them have learning disabilities, some of them have autism, but can maneuver and be able to be in the program that we have, as far as the occupational course. Um, but I had to tell them outside, privately, away from the other students, like, yes, you do have autism, but this like everybody might have some kind of. I tried to let him know, but he didn't understand. He didn't care, because he was really. It's been drilled for the longest that he's autistic and he's not normal and he's not, from his parents. So I think it's the way you actually be taught as well too. I look at being the OCS teacher being just a support for these students. Give them the coursework that they're going to need in order to survive when they graduate, counting money, making sure that banking,
yeah,
things like that. That I feel like to this day, we, as me being a regular ed, math one, algebra and stuff, we're not using that today. I mean, let's be honest, we're not really using that unless you in that kind of field when it comes to, we're not doing it. We got to make sure our money right, making sure we able to do legitimate businesses, be able to teach. I mean, I'm learning a lot just being in that class. I mean, it's refreshing my memory from what I learned back here because that I give them the work. But
yeah.
you know,
I essentially do the same thing, teaching like teaching young folks life skills and all that stuff, and yeah. So yeah, I respect the effort.
Well, look, great point, guys. Look, I want to say this, put this on record. Great fucking episode. Real. All three of you guys have been done wonderful jobs, right? So let's pivot a little bit, Casey, because I don't want to get off the fact that you have this basketball knowledge. So my question to you is, you're familiar with the NIL, and in this state, they approve high school players for the NIL. That was back in maybe late July, maybe. So my question is, taking into consideration the high school age, that's this infant stage, man. It is what it is because you basically giving boosters, especially if your boy and your girl is hot, right? You're giving them license. You're giving them license to just pay these kids and these parents off. In high school, I'm talking about. So let's just concentrate on college because you had an outstanding college career. First question, I got two questions. First question is, with the career that you had at Central, right, would your NIL be banging?
yes, I was just talking to my friends about that. I would have had some money in the bank. Definitely, I probably just would have probably took every opportunity I can, yeah, to go get it. So just like the girl from LSU, I forgot her name.
Yeah, Angel Reese.
Angel Reese making millions right now. I mean,
She
she's
is.
just doing it,
She is.
and um, yes, I mean, it's good. It's good for these students now and these kids now be able to achieve that. But it's kind of hurt. It hurts a little bit because I didn't get a chance to get that. I didn't get a chance to get that money in college and being able to be on social media. You know, we weren't big on social media like that. So they actually, for Central Homecoming, they put me into alumni game for during homecoming. And, you know, the guy that was trying to get a video together, he was like, I got footage of everybody. I can't find you. But I had to really dig, like go to a CD of the game that I actually had highlights because
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, like these younger players now, they have highlights all on. You Google their name and
yeah,
everything. Um, but I guess it just shows. I mean, even the history of basketball. You know, Michael Jordan might not have been the greatest he probably could have been. You
and
know,
that's the truth though.
yeah,
You know
he
what I mean?
probably
Because
would have.
he never had he never had a max contract.
Right,
You feel what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
And what he was doing was, in order for him to win, he took less salary from the Bulls because he was making all his money from his endorsement.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Angel Reese.
I would have took her. Not.
I think
That's going viral.
she's a comment. I think she's a good player, but also, and tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this. Her timing was impeccable, and she didn't do it on purpose. She was competing,
Mm-hmm.
so she had the IG presence, right? And then all of a sudden, they were winning, but you know, so South Carolina was destroying them every time they played them, right? But when they went on that run in the tournament, and she got the IG tournament, and then it didn't hurt that the fact that she was a attractive woman. I think you know what I think it is. It's the Jordan effect, because Michael Jordan, in my opinion, I think he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But he's famous because of all the endorsements, the Gatorades, the Hanes, all of that shit that was thrown in everybody's face. And then he got on the court and boom. So what is your opinion about that, Casey?
I think Angel Reese is an amazing basketball player. I do think she's going to grow a lot. I think it's a lot of growing that she needs to do as far as the skill aspect. Um, she was a lot like me. She was a shit talker. And I
Yeah,
did that a lot on the court. No team like me, because when I was on the court, you cannot stop me.
yeah,
I'm going to you're not. Yeah, I was like that. And that's how Angel Reese played. And a lot of things that she did went viral was her blocking a shot. I mean, we blocked numerous of shots, but her stuff was recorded. Her stuff was social media. So they like, oh, who is she? You know,
yeah.
she hardcore. There were a lot of hardcore female athletes prior to her, you know, but
That's
like,
real.
you
I
know,
mean, think about it. Yeah, and look, the UConn girls, the South Carolina girls, the Tennessee girls, who were
yes,
dogs, like dogs, dogs. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
Yeah.
But I think it was like it just happened at the right time.
yeah.
Keith, you have a comment about it?
No, well, yeah, I think I was speaking with you earlier. I think it's a great thing. I think it's long overdue, and because these universities and other corporations have been making a killing off of athletes, and then you look later on and see them on some getting interviewed, like some of the guys from the University of Miami talking about all the money is gone. You know, they they
Yeah,
played pro, they too injured to play, now they don't have money. Or Michael Irvin and them, some of them saying what they had to do. Said we winning these national championships, they building buildings here, but I'm eating cereal and water. I'm eating cereal with water
I
and sugar.
remember that shit. But go ahead.
Yeah, so it's long overdue. But I was mentioning to Keith earlier today that at some point in time, I'm thinking that someone is going to try to exploit the NIL thing,
Well,
finding different ways to test the fence.
but you can't, man, because they got packs, right?
Okay.
That you know what the packs are. You know, it's outlawed for alumni to pay the players.
Right.
Well, guess what? The PACs are. That's that alumni paying the players to go to the school. See what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Good. Okay.
So it's unexploitable. It's just the fact that the kids down, like the kids that like mid-level,
Yeah.
unless they got alumni that like them, they kind of ass out. This is male and female.
Okay.
Jaquari.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
no, I was gonna say, if I was gonna ask, what I would ask Casey is, at her level, what now would you say to students now coming in that you see have potential? What would you say to motivate them to say, hey, okay, this is an opportunity right here. This is something that you could have access to if you come in here and take this thing seriously. These 4 years coming through high school, you can get in on this. How is that something? Have you thought about how you could use that as a tool through coaching?
Coaching now is just a lot challenging um, because of social media, because of the pandemic. A lot of, nobody had to tell me to go outside to play with the guys down at the park, get better. I didn't. My dad, nothing was forced. My dad or mom didn't even force me to play. I wanted to play.
Right.
Um, so when it comes to coaching now, that's what we're dealing with. Um, and with coaching them, I tell them, like, you gotta want it. I'm not going to tell you to come in this gym. I got 2 hours with you, literally,
Right.
2 hours with you a day. That's not enough for you to get better and be the best.
Right.
So if they don't take the time to do it,
Okay.
like I said, I think Angel Reese needs a lot more work to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
she's not the best that I've seen come through. You talking about
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl Swoops? You talking about
Yeah.
Tina Thompson? I mean, these players are the legends. Like, they could ball and probably would take you by 20. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
know, hopefully she doesn't get in the loop of, well, she probably can stop. She's making millions. She probably don't care.
Yep. Right.
She probably doesn't care. She has the millions now, and she's made it through social media. So that's when I say I wasn't trying to be funny that I could take her.
Mm-hmm.
I would give her a run for her money. I would know every move, that little turn, that little spin turn.
Yeah.
Yes, block. I'm going to block it. Hands
Yeah.
down, I'm going to block it.
That's
But
what I say. You and her, and they in your both in at her age now. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I would definitely would want to play her. I would tell my coach, I don't care what you do. We get beat by 100. We're playing LSU. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we are going to play them. Put us on the roster. But like Dawn Stanley, she's an amazing coach,
She is.
amazing. And I could tell anybody that plays underneath her that you have no choice but to, yes, do what she says. But I am getting players that want this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see a different dynamic when it comes to the coaches with South Carolina and LSU. LSU is a whole big, okay, spotlight, viral sensation. You got a rapper on the team. I mean, let's be honest. We got a rapper. You got, Bootsy, a big advocate for Louisiana. You have all of that, and it's more so of if you ask me, a fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
The coach, she come ready to dress. I mean, don't get me twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Dawn know how to dress too,
Yeah.
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 but Dawn don't play. Dawn sit on that bench
Yeah.
and she look at him. That's all she gotta do is look at him.
It's game time. Yeah.
Look, the only thing wrong with Don, and you can go after this, Jaquan. Only thing wrong with Don is she need to let her guards shoot and
Yeah.
use those big girls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she lost against, what is it, Iowa? That's why she lost against them.
Oh,
They
that
packed.
Caucasian girl.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
the
Oh, she the truth.
oh
She the truth.
yes,
She the
Yeah.
truth.
yes,
But the thing about it is, they lost that game because the guards and the small forward passed up so many mid-range shots. And you just got to let your big girls just go to work down there. Because every
Yeah.
time they shot and missed, they grabbed the rebound. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Jaquari.
I just don't know, like, the future ramifications of it. I mean, get your money. I'm totally with it, but you made a good point, Cassie. What happens when Angel goes to practice one day and says, I don't feel like I don't feel like going today? What happens then? What trend is what kind of trend does that set?
Right.
No,
I could believe that. I'm not saying this happens because I don't know, but it just looks like she's in control. Like she, you know.
ah,
I
ah.
mean, I do think that coach doesn't play. I think like she's on it, but it's just like you said, if she doesn't want to come today, she probably won't have to come today.
But let me ask you this, in your opinion, Angel Reese loves the game.
She
Don't you
does.
think she plays? She
Yeah,
plays
she
like she
does.
loves the game.
Exactly.
So I don't think that's a worry. But
Yeah.
the funny thing about it with her and Flage, they say, "Yo, are you looking forward to go to the NBA?" Like, listen, I'm going 4 years because I'm making twice
right.
the money, 3 times the money that those stars are making in the NBA,
Yeah.
the WNBA. See, that's
Yeah.
the key to it. It's
Yeah.
like the one thing I love about the NIL is this: it can help kids if they have the right, especially if they bringing in capital, if they have the right people talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Once they graduate from whether they play or not, once they graduate from college, they got a nest egg in
Yeah.
which they can. You know what I'm
Rarely,
saying?
rarely do they have the right people talking to them, though, Keith.
That's real.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
I agree.
thing. Like, is are they, you know, I mean, it's helping the WNBA. I mean, of course, the WNBA was at a time where it was falling. I mean, Brittany Griner, a lot of those. I know a lot of pro athletes that I barely saw them because they had to play overseas as well,
Mm-hmm.
in order to make ends meet. If not, playing in the WNBA is probably just them being a teacher like me. That's how much money. It wasn't like that. They
Yeah,
got through, but in order to get through the whole year, they had to pay the off season. Um, so now with the social media, the NIL, it is an advantage to help put some more money in these kids. To say that you're a celebrity. I mean, some
yeah,
WNBA players
yeah.
can't even say they're a celebrity
That's
because
real.
their
That's
bank
real.
account ain't showing for it. You
Right.
Yeah,
might know them,
What,
and
but what about the kids who aren't getting the NIL contracts? They still on their ass.
yeah, unfortunate.
but I'm gonna tell you though, now, and I
Question.
can say this about
uh,
all the bigger schools.
My ultimate question is, what was the point?
No, no. Let me just say this. To me, in my opinion, the NIL, what it did was it helped the kids on the lower string because the PAC money gives those kids extra money.
All those kids ain't getting that money though, Keith. That's my point.
Hey, look, first of all, it's not going to take us. We're speaking about basketball. Now, maybe football would be a different thing because it's moral. But basketball, you know what I'm saying? It's easy at a Power 5 school to pay a kid $5,000 during the season, $5,000 to $10,000 during the season. That's easy to do. And then those kids who are on scholarship, they don't have to pay for anything. So if they can easily hold on to that. Because the PAC, there's a difference. The NIL, which is endorsements, right? But the PAC money is the actual alumni that's throwing money into a fund that's going to take care of the kids that don't have. You know what I mean? And also what they use it for is to entice great players to come. Like you think about it, like the high school kid who left Florida State because Florida State guaranteed him $1.2 million. Right? But then when he get there, he find out that Florida State lied. Then he went to USC and he got it.
So
Go ahead,
so
Jaquan.
so what happens to these kids after 4 years and they graduate and they try out for whatever team and they don't make it? What happens to them then? They've done.
What?
Wait. What they've done is they bartered their future for a couple of years. For what could ultimately be a little bit of money, as opposed to the quality of the school.
Okay.
Now, if Shithouse University is offering me $2 million, and Harvard says, okay, well, shit, I ain't gonna give you $2 million, but you can come here for free. which deal do you think young people are going to take? Red,
If
black.
if they get that $2 million, they better get that shit from Shithouse, man. I don't give a fuck about Harvard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you
Look, all right, think about it.
realize
I'm
that
speaking from my
that
point of view.
if
We
you
didn't have go
if you
ahead, Jaquan.
on average, if you graduate from from Howard from Harvard, excuse me, you're guaranteed to make at least $1 million. At least.
It depends where you are. Yeah, and Harvard is name recognition.
I don't give a shit if you majored in fingerprint painting at Harvard.
It is name recognition. You are absolutely right. But if you are guaranteed $2 million, forget Harvard.
That's not long term, though.
It don't make no difference. But guess where you're going to be if you're 22. Listen, if you're 22 years old and you get $2 million, of course this is exaggerated, but my point is, you get huh?
You are going to fuck it off.
And guess what? You're supposed to if you don't know no better. That's my point I'm trying to make. You're talking about somebody who is at a Power 5 school, right? Who didn't get shit. And guess what I did? I got my degree and I worked till my retirement. And that's my answer to you, dog, is this. Yes, if this shit is available, cool, right? And you take advantage of it, cool. But you still gotta live afterwards. And if you jack the money off, folks, if you fuck it off, okay, who fault is it? Because you got that loot. You feel me?
Well, you're willing to risk giving an 18-year-old $2 million for his name, image, and likeness when he can't even fucking buy a beer yet.
If he got a family that's poor, yes, I'll give it to him.
Well, Jaria just said she doesn't believe. I mean, other than football and basketball, the NIL deals aren't happening in these other sports.
Now, this is what I'm saying. It depends on, and that's a great point. But you also got to see it this way. If what they do is these sponsors, they go off your social media presence, because the gymnasts, the two gymnasts at LSU. They're making well over $1 million too because they had a social media to actually match it. It ain't a perfect system. It ain't even close to being a perfect system, man. You know what I'm saying? And that my point is, I don't have a problem if a kid don't have nothing, and off his ability or her ability, she get blessed with a nice little sum. Right, and she got the right kind of parents. Like, yo, throw that in the bank, graduate, and you got something to live off of that. You know what I mean? But like I said, the one thing about it is it's the PAC money. It is the PAC money that's going to help the other students. But see, the universities, they're stingy with that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? They really are.
Dre said, "Well, hell, Casey, we was some dogs and we didn't get half the respect football and basketball got, and we had winning records back to back years. Yes, Jaria was playing volleyball. She played volleyball at NCCU. Every year they won the championship. They could not be stopped, and we didn't for quite some time. We still to this day, it's all been about the male football, basketball. Like." We didn't get the respect that we deserved as female athletes.
Now you and
used to kick ass too.
Jaria have a great point. So let's discuss this. The argument against that, which I think is BS, but it is what it is. The argument against that is men draw more people to the games. Even though you guys had the winning records, you was doing your thing, right? The volleyball was doing its thing, right? Who was drawing the money? Because look,
I'm sorry, Adria.
look, hey, go ahead, hey, Jaria, get that shit out. Get it out.
Yo, you don't know Drea. Drea is about to have me, bro. Yes, we 16 16 passenger vans. Everybody else get charter buses, get to go out to
Look,
eat. They gave us a little $5
That's
church's chicken bar after the game.
let me just share this with you and Jaria, right? I went to the University of Pittsburgh, right? My freshman year, we was in the Big East, the greatest conference in 82 all the way until maybe 92. The greatest conference and you can talk that ACC shit if you want to, but one of the greatest conference to play in, right? And what's so sad about it is Pitt was a football school. So no matter how much success we had, and they had to build it over time. Because the only reason why, and this is just a little small point, the only reason why we went to the ACC and left the Big East, because we wanted the football team to be in position to do more. So I feel what y'all saying, not to the degree that you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just laughing because after every game, when it came to us, we got church's chicken.
Yeah.
The big ass drumstick, like
with the feathers or without the feathers.
With the feathers. And we after the game, that was the best thing that happened to us, though. I ain't gonna lie. And like we think it was a spot. We ain't get no size, and you got the chicken and the biscuit. You got three legs and a biscuit. Like
Red Pop.
What years were you at Central?
Oh my God.
Why is Central grad? What year were you at Central?
0104.
When were you at Central, Casey?
You say 01 to 04?
Yeah.
We were there at the same time. I was
Really?
at 2003. So was it 2000 was 99 to 2003, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, yeah. The funny thing about it is
yeah, Jaria, just log off. I can't. I'm about to be laughing the whole time. You got to log off.
No, it's good shit. Cause we can ready to get off here. I just want to let you guys know that it's been a great episode. Casey, thank you. Keith Barnes, Keith, thanks for showing up because
Man, thank you.
You know, because I asked you today. I asked him today, Casey, because I knew Keith knew you. You know what I'm saying?
That's my buddy. I miss y'all so much.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all should just come back out of retirement for like 1 year.
Shit. Jaquan, always a great joint, man. You always on point.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Listen, this last piece, and take a minute. If you don't have nothing, that's cool. But what we're going to call this until Damon comes back is what the hell moment, right? So to describe it real quick is what you witnessed throughout the week. And you said to yourself, what the hell? Like in social media, in your everyday life, you say, what the hell, right? Now, I'll start first, okay? So you guys understand where I'm coming from. I'm big on learning some shit. Because I'm 59, I know a lot of stuff. Our history, everything. I just know a lot of stuff, right? But this is one thing I didn't know. Did you know college tuition was free up until the middle of the 60s, around 1965? Did you know college tuition was free across the country?
No, I didn't know that.
Now listen.
Damn.
What happened was, California was always the progressive place. Shit that happens when you win the fucking Powerball It's in California. when,
Oh,
when different laws change as far as people's concerned, it's happened. So Huey Newton and Bobby Seals were Black Panthers. Them and the Brown Berets, which were Puerto Ricans and this Latin joints, right? They were protesting because in the state of California, the university educational system was free, but they was not letting Black people in. It was like trickling in, like one or two each joint, right? So Ronald Reagan became governor of California. And what he did was he said, if you have this problem, why don't you start charging tuition? And I forget the university that started, and it's a small tuition, right? But if you don't want Black folks to go get this education for free, like we white folks, oh yeah, I'm breaking it down like that. If you don't want that, you don't want these folks to get it for free, right? Charge tuition because they ain't gonna be able to afford it. It was I don't want to name a university because I'm not sure, so I don't want to lie. But one of the universities in California started charging a fee, tuition. And next thing you know, it caught fire across the nation. That's why we got to go to school. That's why people have debt, especially Black people. That's why Black people have debt going to college, because they did not, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, they did not want Black people to get the same shit that they got. That's my what the hell moment. Anybody else got anything? Now, you don't have to top it. If you don't have it, it's cool. But if you do, let's go, because we're gonna shut this thing down.
That's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, marvel of what the hell. Um, well, at school, so I was, I like to recruit my students because I feel like if anybody is motivated to learn the game, and I'll take anybody at this point. So I walked the hallways. I saw a girl that was 6'5", literally, she was taller than me, and I said, "What year are you?" She said, "Freshman." I said, "Okay." I said, "Got basketball. We're gonna play some basketball. Come to tryout." She said, "I'm the cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader." I said, "What the hell?"
no, no, you ain't, baby.
And no, I did. I had to watch, and I looked at her. I said, "Listen, let's just talk about this. Like, you're too tall for
Yeah,
that. Like, to
yeah,
be a
yeah.
cheerleader." But yeah, whatever. I gave
Tell
her
me,
whatever she wanted to do, but
tell she
she
can
was
do
too.
both. The cheerleaders be right there on the bench with the
I told her these kids lazy. I'm about, it's hard
Oh,
out. It's
shit.
hard out here. East. It's not to say East Wake. It's just since East Wake, I will say you had all these different schools that got built around us. So now the talent is divided, and we kind of get in whatever we can.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but we got a cheerleading squad that's gonna look like the basketball. It's like 10 of them that's 5'10" and above. I'm not even lying. Come to the game. I'll wait for y'all. Come to the game. Y'all gonna see them come out there in the middle of the court. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and then the cheerleader coach, she kind of get mad because I'm like, yo, why are you even allowing,
exactly.
like, motivate them to do something else? Because this is not gonna be it. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I ain't recruiting no cheerleaders. Why you recruiting players?
I do all I can. I gotta do what I can. But on a good note, I think gonna have a good season this year.
Good, good.
This is the first year that we've had a lot of students come out for workouts. Normally I
Really?
only work out like 5 kids. Now we've been consistently with 17, and these are all freshmen and sophomores, and
Great. Okay.
so
Okay, good,
looking
good,
all
good.
right.
Ja'Cory Keith, any what the hell moments?
Uh, yeah. Let me see what see what I have. I always got a what the hell moment. Uh, okay. I was training this guy. I was training this guy to do. I think it was asphalt stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the assignment to make it quick. I'm a truck driver now, Casey. So I got a load of asphalt. I took an empty trailer and I staged it at a parking lot at a Walmart, South Carolina. Then I had to go get the loaded trailer with the sealant in it. It's the stuff they put over the asphalt after they lay it down to put the little sheen to it, the shine to it. So I went to get that. So actually, the full trailer, I left it sitting there, and it has a pump to it. So when I went to get the empty trailer that I was going to put that fluid into, I come up and it was a crew. It was one white guy sitting over there, and he was with the company that I was delivering this stuff to. So it was some more customers over there trying, I guess they were in a hurry. But some of my Mexican brothers were over there messing with the hose. So they're going to jump the gun instead of waiting for me. They turned the pump on. The asphalt, the stuff shoots out, hits him. When I saw him, he's solid black and shiny.
Oh man!
Like you remember Marvin the Martian that on the
yeah.
All it was just eyes.
I would have shot the whole
yeah, it's just running down.
God
and he
damn.
said, I did not know. It's fast. It's fast. Look, when I saw him, it was doing like this. It was going and running down his head and everything. And so that was my what the hell moment. I was like, what the hell are y'all doing? And then I looked at this dude who was in charge of the thing, and he was sitting in there like he never batted an eye. He was sitting in there doing his paperwork like he was normal.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody dead, so.
Yeah, they set old boy up.
Wait, so the guy that was waiting that you said that you was delivering the asphalt for, right?
Yeah. Because he could have told him, said, just hold on a minute, he'll be here in just a few.
Yeah.
Right.
Did
he already make his payment?
Yeah, because even what they spilled on the ground, they had to pay for that too. So he was just writing down gallons. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they spilled.
Great. He was mad. I know he was mad.
Jaquar, you got what the hell moment?
Yeah, I got a what the hell moment from my past, man. When I was a little bitty boy, about 7, 8 years old, man. When I had to figure out on my own that Santa Claus wasn't real. I was absolutely fucking terrified of the notion of a fat biker coming down my chimney in the middle of the fucking night, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's leaving shit, you know, that was just totally unacceptable to me, right?
And everybody sleeping through it.
Yeah, ain't nobody. my grandmama, Maggie Johnson, nothing happened in that house without her knowing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a little boy, right? So I go to my father, and I said, "Well, Pop, you know, Santa Claus just bothers me, man. I'm scared and everything, you know, and you know, you gonna keep us safe." And he said, "Go outside and look on top of the house, son." So I went outside, came back in. He said, "What you see?" I said, "Well, I ain't see nothing." He said, "Yeah, all right, you safe." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because we ain't got no chimney, dumbass." I said, "Well, if we ain't got no chimney, who bring me all the shit? If we ain't got no chimney, how I get all the shit?" And he said, "Well, you know, me and your mama." I said, "But it ain't no goddamn Santa Claus. You couldn't have eased that in, brother. You know, you couldn't have massaged that notion into me, man. I'm a fucking child, bro. Come on." But that was
no. Our mother and father did not candy coat shit.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you had something to say, Keith?
Yeah. This is one from the past too, and you and Casey are gonna love it because it's all about Casey. I'm gonna act it out. Hey, stop! Don't quit cussing. Quit acting like that. Stop cussing. What's wrong with you? I got my fucking shit. Jaquari, she had got beat down, and she come in, she knocks on the head, her eyes closed, stuff. And it was two funny things. She came in there and she kept trying to push past Keith, like she gonna go back and get the girl. She kept bumping. So after about the third time, he get out of patience with it. He said, "Stop doing that and sit down. Stop." So Casey comes in, and because she plays for, she's one of her players on the team, so she's irate, and she's trying to get her to calm down and stop cussing. So she's saying, "Stop cussing, calm down, stop." She said, "What's wrong with you?" She said, "I got my fucking ass kicked." And she said, "What you mean?" She said, "Look at my face." When she moved her hands, Casey said, "Ooh."
Oh man, it was the word. And the thing is, and then she fought her teammate, right? So I said, "Who the world you fight?" She told me how her teammate beat her. I said, "Oh."
I was trying my best. Be professional at the time, but when Casey said, "Ooh,"
I had to run out the room.
And she talked like, I can't say her name, but she was just like, she kind of like mouthy and stuff.
Yeah.
So she was like, "What the hell you talking about? What's wrong, man? I got my ass." So I called her mom. Her mama cursed like crazy. Curse. So I called her mama. I said, "Hey, you might want to come get her." What the hell she done did out there, motherfucker at school, going crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "You just need to come get her." And she was like, "What happened?" I said, "She got her ass."
Yeah.
Come get her. So this her mama came in there, it's like, "The hell you come here getting your ass beat out, teacher?"
Oh shit.
Oh man, that was the funniest thing. Oh man. But yeah, we had some times. Oh boy.
That was the only place where I can know of where I would get up some days and I'd be like, "Man, I don't feel like messing with them today." But then there's a part of me was like, "I'm gonna miss something."
Yeah.
Let me. No, I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, well look, this is a good place to start because it's almost 2 hours, but it was an easy 2 hours because you guys been entertaining, thoughtful answers and all of that, man. So it always makes it easy. You know what I mean? We had some good responses. Home team, great responses. You know what I mean? Casey told me a lot about you. I hope you good with everything. Karima, Queen Karima. That's what I call it. Thank you for tuning in. All love to you because that was probably, and Keith and Casey will verify this, and Jaquari, you met her, one of the most genuine, kind-hearted people you ever want to meet.
Absolutely.
That's real. And then got the nerve to shine a little bit too, like a shiny quarter. Like, yeah, stop playing.
Yeah.
Look, every time Miss Webb, she get at me, Miss Majette, I was like, "Oh, leave Casey alone." I was like, "Thank you, Miss Majette. Thank you. I love you, Miss Majette."
No doubt. And everybody else who commented, let me make sure that I get everybody. But hey, stay on. Once we get off live, we're gonna take a couple minutes, then we're up out of here. But I want to just reiterate. Eric, my home team, one of my best friends. Thanks for tuning in earlier, brother. But I want to reiterate, Casey, one of the best guests that we had. You know what I mean? You were open, great job. Jaquari, like I said, you always do a great job. And Keith, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I talked to you just in time. I was like, you know what, man? Why don't you come on? I'm gonna send you the link. You know what I mean? If you got time, come on through. And Casey always say, "Oh man," I tell her, "Look, you're a celebrity." She want to be low key, want to be humble with it. But what I usually say to her, and this is what I want to reaffirm: when I call you a celebrity, what I'm saying to you is you have that energy that people are gravitated to. That's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
Thank you. I'm
You
strong.
know,
Yeah.
anything last words we got before we go off live, guys?
Birthday Monday, y'all.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
happy
Oh, okay.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
The birthday of a legend. That's a legend right there.
Sweet 16. All right.
Yes, sir.
Couple,
Yes,
couple
sir.
times over. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, look, we're gonna go off live. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Please, guys, go. I should have said this earlier, but I was having so much fun. Go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe, especially subscribe, because we got some great content. You know what I mean? If you see this later on, please go subscribe to the channel. But like I said, it's been a great show. The Strong Perspective Podcast, and good night.